Hello, everybody. So, a little bit after 24 hours from Bitcoin's rout yesterday, I should say the whole market's rout yesterday, we end up with kind of a low volume rally. It's not a true low volume rally because we do have some really big candles right there, but everything after that has been a little bit low volume. We're not able to really bounce back. There's that buying pressure still isn't there, so they're probably still trying to unwind some of that Japan carry trade is maybe what's happening here. I can imagine positions built over many years can't be sold off overnight or maybe even in a week. So we'll see what Bitcoin has in store for us in the next couple of days. But the best case situation, in my opinion, is if we come back down, try to test some low, hold it, and then we can try to make our way out of that. A big rollover in here obviously would not be good. You want to see that support, but it may be scary in the meantime. On the daily chart, if we're just looking at strictly technicals here, not really a great day, although I do believe this went to the buyers on my volume aggregation tool, the way that it's set up. So it's a bit of a tricky day. We did undercut, but we bounced back substantially, and that could be viewed as support. Okay, so from that perspective, you take support as support, and we're waiting to go up. And that's generally my stance in these types of situations, the market. And let's actually look at this last little drop we had here. Small drop, but we bounced back substantially, retested the low, and then we finally had alerts up here at 59,545. So we may do something similar to that. It's just a bit of a scarier and a larger situation, to be honest, because this is a much more substantial drop. A lot more happened in that day where we found support. You can almost take both of these days and wrap them into this one. And that's fine to do. In reality, it's just a compressed selling pressure that came into the market. So we'll see how this plays out. But so far, the support has been relatively good. It's not bad support, but a rally here subsequent to that support waning away so far isn't very heavy. So we need to see good price action after this before we can really get bullish on this market right now, in my opinion. And Solana, one of the better acting coins in this entire market in reality. I didn't look at every coin in the top 100 or 200, but being up 6% is pretty substantial for most tokens right now. So you got to give Solana here the benefit of the doubt. My volume aggregation tool on the 2 hour looks really good. Still kind of have that same low volume rise feel to it, but it's a little more structured in my opinion. You got a nice little structure here, and we're in the low middle part of a nice little structure here. The question is, can we rally past it, because we've come up to the point where we found resistance here very recently at about the 145, 146 level. If we can get past that, that would be great. If we live under that for a little bit, then go past it, that's fine too. You could retest the 126 and bounce back. This actually has some options to it because it came back more, so it can play a little bit more. Where the Bitcoin chart does have a little bit of room, but it just doesn't seem as robust to me. There's not as many bodies down here kind of supporting everything. All right, onto our hot coins of the day. We're going to go to the long side today. And a TAO, Bittensor, again, seems to be with us a lot lately. Look at yesterday's candle on Bittensor, full green, not completely full. There's some wicks above it, but able to rally back substantially. Ideally, this is kind of what you'd like to see. I mean, this was an organic rally up pretty much all the day yesterday into today. Volume aggregation tool perking up almost every single candle. This is ideally what you'd like to see. Now, that means this coin's kind of living on an island. So the question is, can it continue even with such bullish action? Answer is probably loosely yes. Is probably the answer. It'll probably float up a little bit. The question about, can it sustain that into a larger rally? Probably not. So it can sustain it for a little bit. Maybe we'll get resistance at this declining trend line. That's always a possibility there. But it's a little too high right now to buy anyways on this one. But great effort coming out of this. You can see all these green, like this is a much healthier sequence than you see even at a Bitcoin. You get support here and it just never stops. So this is some good support, undercutting that $200 level. And we're already at 251. So that's pretty impressive. That's a real impressive rally out of this name. And then Kaspa, another one that had a pretty good rally. I'm going to zoom in here on the daily. Do I have a trend line here? Yeah, I got a trend line right here. So drew this trend line yesterday, crossed the trend line really nicely, actually. That would have been a good entry. And then up here, but you can see already starting to come in a little bit after hitting a breakdown point high, essentially. So little bit tough situation right now. There's not a lot to do at this moment in time, in my opinion. This isn't a time to play hero ball. This is a time to wait, see if we can hold lows, because we'll likely retest, at least on most of the tokens. We'll probably retest some kind of a low, and then we'll find another low to put a stop on if you want to long this market. Wait for the low to start curling up, then you can have a stop loss in the interim here. And in my opinion, I think that's the way to go. So yeah, until then, not much to do. Kind of wait and see. And that's all I got for you guys today on the best 5 minutes of your day. And I'll see you tomorrow on Altcoin Buzz Trading.